Hey guys, what's up? It's I Can Play Jake, and today we are going to be discussing the return of DayZ standalone. A lot of this will be covering the footage from the stream from a couple weeks ago. I know a lot of my viewers maybe wondered why I didn't cover any of this, and main reason is I've just kind of been on and off sick and very busy with college and tests. Luckily, I'm done with that in about a month, and we'll be coming back with a great amount of videos. I'm very sorry if I sound sick currently. That's because I am sick, but I am getting over it. So please forgive me for sounding sort of nasally and whatnot. But anyways, right into the footage. As you can see there, the guy goes from this like jogging state, which is actually fairly quick movement, to the sprinting. And I wanted to go ahead and point that out in the fact that a lot of people had these issues with the sprint meter. And first off, I want to say it actually lasts a long time. You can see it's barely moving any of that sprint bar as he sprints here. So you can sprint for a long time. I don't know if that'll be tweaked before the release, but it is nice to notice the sprinting there. Also, you can see his heavy breathing after he's done, kind of showing, you can visually see the heavy breathing. You don't just hear some big old breaths and see the weapon sway. Your character visually is exhausted, and that's just kind of, it's immersive and satisfying. And as you can see, like, the character just fits way better into the world as he runs around here. And it makes just existing in the environment much more fun than it used to be. As you can see here, as he explores, you'll see him walk over that axe, and you saw like a little thing pop up. Characters here are running around eating food. It's just lots of good demonstration of how the character exists in the world, because let me tell you guys, one of the biggest issues with DayZ standalone in its current state and how it's been for the past couple of years, it's just the fact that it doesn't feel like your character really fits well into the world of Trinaris. And a lot of the idea of this game is to be immersive and feel like you're surviving and thriving in this world. Or, well, maybe you're not thriving, maybe you're dying, and the problem is you just don't feel that way. So hopefully this really fixes that, because let me tell you, if you just look at the features of DayZ standalone, it's not that bad. It's just the feel of the game is clunky and laggy and glitchy, and we got to tell you guys, they claim that just feeling this game in your hands is going to make you understand why this game is good. And hey, let's trust them. Let's hope let's hope they're right. And let me tell you this. Everybody that says, you know, DayZ's a dead meme, look at how the player count is down, you know, 90% from 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever. There's no arguing with the fact that if it's a good game, people will play it. The idea is that, you know, millions of people own the game and no one plays it, so it must be dead, right? Well, yeah, DayZ is currently dead, or dormant is really a better word. But the thing is, this game, like I said, if it is a good game, there is no reason not to play it. If millions of people own it and they initially wanted the game because they wanted a good zombie survival game, then if this becomes a good zombie survival game, it will be literally free for them to try, considering they already own the game. There's really no arguing with the fact that if it's a good game and it's what people wanted from the beginning, then people will play it. So I think the argument of the game just simply being dead is not a good argument whatsoever. The hype is out there for a good zombie survival game. It just has to be good. Now, if you want to argue that the DayZ dev team won't fulfill the need and the game will still be bad, then that's a fair argument. You can say that, and I guess all we can do is wait and see if the game sucks. But my bet is that it doesn't, and that's simply because even people that have been critical, who have gone and tried it at, let's say, I think they had it at Gamescom, and they recently had an Xbox version playable, a very, like, pretty full feature, I don't want to say full feature, but pretty feature full, like, it had lots of features, version playable on the Xbox at, I believe, oh gosh, I cannot think of the convention, but it just happened a couple days ago, and that's really sick. So, if anything, that shows it's working well on Xbox, and it ran very smooth. Now, just because a game runs smooth on Xbox doesn't 100% mean it will run perfectly on PC, but it is definitely a good indicator that we will be getting a very performance solid game working on PC. Bohemia Interactive, you know, the parent company, of course, of, you know, the people making DayZ, I shouldn't say parent company, the company that owns DayZ, is really pushing the DayZ dev team to make a fantastic engine here so they can use it in future games as well. And that's the engine that will be used 100% for DayZ, built for DayZ and future Armor games. So basically the engine has to be good. Even if DayZ isn't good, a lot of people doubt the team. Well, let me tell you this. You guys know Bohemia is a huge company, and they're going to be pushing for a good, stable base engine. And that's what's been done. I mean, you can just see this character existing in the world looks a lot better in the way it interacts, and we're going to go ahead and cover some more features as they run around. Okay guys, so real quick here, I wanted to jump in and show some more to do with that walking and eating. You will see as he starts to eat this canned peaches, first off you can walk and eat, which is a fantastic improvement. you can see a progress bar. So the longer you eat for, the more of the can the peaches are gone. So if you guys remember, before when you ate a can of peaches, you could simply go right click and then there was like an option to either eat or eat all. If you ate it, you would eat 15%, 20%, I don't remember. But now the longer you hold, the more percentage you eat. And it's as simple as that. You eat more peaches, more of the peaches are gone. And then you can still look over and see the percentage of it left. But in the bottom left, you can see the remaining amount of peaches. And the more of it goes in your stomach, the longer you do it. It's as simple as that. More realistic, simpler to use, and way just better system overall. Okay, so here we will see one of his mates in the background is making a fire. There it is right there, creating a light source. Check out all the departments for fuel, cooking equipment, upgrades. It all looks so nice, and it's going to be really good to use. I hope it all works and is there on the release of beta. Pretty sure it will be if you check the improvement log you can find on Reddit or on the DayZ website. I'm not seeing any issues or conflictions with having to wait on anything relating to fires. Fires are one of the most immersive and fun things to do in DayZ Standalone, in my opinion. Actually, like as you can see here, you can put meat on a stick, cook it. It adds a point in the game to go hunting, fishing, etc., which if you guys didn't know are in the game. There is wildlife. You can find deer, I think, or elk. I forget which animal it is. Pigs. There's cows. And then, of course, if you find a river or, I believe, stream, but mainly just rivers and ponds or lakes, you could fish in them as well by crafting your own freaking fishing pole. Or you can actually find a fishing pole on zombies as well. But guys, these features are in the game. And as you can see, there's another loading bar. This is kind of stuff, if you didn't know, this wasn't in the game before. And actually, most of you do know that. This is kind of stuff we're looking for and hoping that works good once it is out. So your food is cooked, you drag it off the stick, and you eat it, and there you go. Simple as that. And if you guys didn't know, meat from animals actually does have a lot of energy in it, and is pretty worthwhile because you can store it, and it's just like I believe it's a lot more food capacity than like a can or something. Okay, here we will see the devs run up to what is one of the new sort of related to trails. Look at this incredibly detailed map you can now walk up to and inspect and look at to traverse your way around the map. This is amazing. For new players, it's going to make a great way to know where you need to go and honestly point players inland. Right now, it's kind of scary as you run around the coast. There's not much telling you that it's good to run inland unless you're watching some of my videos, because one of the biggest things I push is to run your butt inland. And luckily now there's signs everywhere and actual trails to follow with pointers pointing you inland to what is better loot and a much more enjoyable experience, which is inland, in my opinion at least. If you're somebody who just likes to run the coast using crappy sticks and stones to loot, then hey, or fight and stuff, then hey, that's you. Hang out near the ocean, you tropical meme. But just thought I'd point this out here. This is something new to the game, and it's actually new in the world, not just a new feature. So very cool. They look very nice. And guys, I honestly think the graphics are looking quite good. Let me know your guys' thoughts on if the game looks any better to you visually. Again, I apologize for my nasaliness. Okay guys, so at this portion, just take a look at the inventory. There's a few things I want you guys to see. Just look at how the inventory looks. That's the first thing I want you guys to just take a peek at. Lots of clothes areas, lots of different storage options. Second off, I want us to take a peek at the grass growing in the roads, the different style to the dirt on the roads, and then also there's two big things here, and I'm basically just pointing out little things as we go. First off, you'll see a trail veer off to the right. I believe that is new and in part of the new trail system. Second off, you see a stone that he finds on the ground. Now, these are small things, but there's just a bunch of them in a short period of time. But basically, that's a dynamic spawn of a stone, I believe, which you'll be able to find those just throughout the world. And while that is something so small, it was such a problem in the older versions of DayZ, or the current version, honestly. There's another stone right there. So, basically, in the current version, you have to literally look at the floor and go, search for stone, like you're blind and feeling around on the floor. If you didn't know, players aren't blind. They can see just fine. The forests look fantastic. I mean, this game has very, very good graphics for a massive size world. And I'm just very impressed with that, and I like the trail system. I like how you can jog up these hills, which before you would slow down a lot more on. But now, I mean, just look at this environment. And I wish you guys could hear what it sounds like, but there's so many cool dynamic sounds. When you walk past a bush, you will hear chirping from specific bushes above you, below you, to your left, to your right. It isn't just birds chirping both sides of your headphones. It's dynamic and it is amazing. So many cool improvements just to make this sort of trail running fun. I mean, guys, look how fast you're able to traverse these trails, and the environment looks alive and sounds alive. And before, you just felt like you were running through a dead, glitchy looking, slow running forest. And now it will be more alive, and maybe you'll be able to see and hear wildlife. And it's just a lot more fun and immersive. And that's the kind of stuff DayZ needs, and I sure hope they do it well. So try not to be just a dick and criticize this game because you want it to fail. We all want a good zombie survival game, and let's hope that the devs have learned their lesson on what they've failed in the past, and that they've turned around and worked their butts off to make this new engine. Let's hope it's good, because it looks good. It really, truly looks good, and I cannot wait to get this in my hands, and I bet you guys cannot either. Okay, again here, guys, he's going to walk up on like a little set of apple trees, and hopefully we find some dynamically spawned apples at the base of the trees. There's one there. And apples don't have a lot of like food capacity, which makes sense because they're so easy to find, especially with all the apple orchards in the game. I'm sure they're going to be pretty rare, but I'm sure also within like 1 in every 6 trees you'll find an apple on the ground. And if you guys remember before, you had to freaking click F to search the apples, and you still have to right now. I mean, beta's not out. And this is just such a better system, so I thought I'd point that out live on video here for you guys to see, because honestly, it's the kind of system I've been dreaming of when it comes to apples. And I know I'm dreaming of Apple systems, that's kind of weird, but hey, this is DayZ. You don't get a lot of features in the past 3 years. I'm starving for features like this. Okay, here we see him pull out a knife, and I thought I'd show just a few seconds of melee combat. It's a little wonky looking, but it's cool to see the custom knives and swing animations they have. As you see when they go in here to stab, you got swings with the knife and like stabs, uppercuts. They look different from your normal punching and swinging of other items. And it's just pretty cool. You can see in the bottom right the indicators as they get stabbed. The health is going down. And like there you saw the character rear back. Now that girl over there is limping because she knows she's lost a lot of health. There you go. You can see some punch animations. Just looks pretty cool. It's a little wonky looking, but when you've got free control over the fighting, it's always going to look a little silly. Because in other games, such as like For Honor, you have a sort of system of lock-on fighting where once you engage the target, all your moves are tailored towards that target. While in DayZ, you want the character to have as much control as possible. So in the end, it's going to come out looking a little wonky looking. But that is that. Thought I'd show you guys a few seconds of combat here. Okay, here you're going to see them finish off that girl. And you know, we're not proposing that abuse of women is good. Just saying that's what happened in the game. And here you're going to see them actually skin the character. I almost said alive, but she's definitely dead. And turn them into a bunch of human steak. So here you go. And now you have human steaks, and look,
you're a wizard.
Look at their hands. If you see here, his hands are now bloody, which is a new feature in the game, basically to kind of show other characters that you've done some dirty work recently. Could be human blood, could be animal blood. Of course, it's not going to be that exact, but you've got bloody hands, and you might be thinking, well, heck, I don't want bloody hands the rest of my life. Well, if you didn't know, you will be able to actually go up to a water fountain game and wash those hands off. Just some cool demonstrations of some features coming in DayZ Beta that I thought you guys might be interested to see. Now here, guys, I thought I would show you some of the cool animations involving going prone and movement around the ground so it doesn't look wonky. There you can see he put his hands on the floor as he proned, and as we rotate, this is some of the most realistic rotations in any game you will ever see, which DayZ is famously unrealistic in how it looks. But look at this rotation amongst the ground. And how you lean forward and back. I mean, this is amazing attention to detail as you rotate on the ground. I mean, I absolutely love it. I can't believe I'm seeing a game that has this sort of features, and nonetheless DayZ. So I'm loving the look of this. I think people are just going to have fun existing in the environment, because this kind of game where it's slow, there's not a lot of action. You need to have fun just existing. And that's hopefully what this game hits the mark of. I know I've said that a lot. But really, guys, that's kind of the stretch for what this game's trying to be. You know, because you're surviving, and you got to have a feel of survival and like you're really existing in this world. So you can even see some of the rotation mechanics with his knees there, and they're different from when you've got your gun put away, or just have your hands out, or have a handgun out, or have a large gun out, etc., etc. They're all unique animations. Just like each weapon has its own set of unique animations. I believe certain weapons have more than 15 animations just for that weapon, whether it's chambering, loading in a clip, loading in a larger magazine, loading in a, reloading the gun, cocking the gun, chambering. I may have said some of these things a few times, but I can't name 15 animations. That's too many. So hope you guys enjoyed those little clips there. As we get a little bit nearer to the end of this video, I thought I would show sort of what the swimming looks like. So Before swimming, again, was just one of those derpy things that just the transition was terrible and it looked really bad. But as you can see now, there's different modes of swimming. They look a lot better. And that one there looks a bit similar to how it is now, but I can't say it doesn't look terrible in game. I can't tell if his hands get wiped off. Like, I don't know if the blood gets wiped off, but I know that is a feature yeah, as you can see, it says F to wash hands. So I guess if you stand still and press F, you'll be able to clean the blood off your hands, if you wish, or if you want to look like you have bloody hands, of course, keep them on there. You have the choice. That's the idea. And it looks pretty cool. I love the look of it. I think in a second you'll see, yeah, so if you stand completely still in the water, you actually have like this motion of kind of keeping yourself afloat. I forget what the name of that swim is. It's not the doggy paddle. If you know what that is, put it in the comment section down below, and I will like your comment, maybe even say thank you. So guys, to wrap this up, I thought I would just let the kind of footage end up here and show them sort of doing some combat and just talk about the game a bit as we wrap up the video. Let me know what you guys thought of the video down in the comment section down below. Please guys, as a community, whether it's just simply the gaming community or the DayZ community, try not to be so negative towards the game. If you guys look at any comments about the game, you know they're super negative, and I know a lot of you guys are probably part of those people, and I don't blame you for being mad that it's been in development for so long. If anything, I'm with you on that. I'm a content creator for it, and I've played it since day one of release into standalone. And so I've been in here forever waiting for a game to make better videos on, because currently DayZ 0.62, the version it's currently in, just honestly is not very fun to play. And that's what we're all feeling. We feel like we paid good money and had our hopes up for a good, fun game to play, and we haven't got that. It's been years. But what do you want a team to do when they've screwed up? Well, do you want them to quit and say, yeah, we suck? No, we want them to make a good game and give us the game we want. So hopefully that's what they're doing. I hope everybody wants that. Let's not show too much negativity. Let's all show what we want. And let's wait for that and hope it comes sooner rather than later. And in the devs' words, that's what we're going to get, sooner rather than later. And you can joke about that as much as you want, because who knows if it'll be true. But that's what they're saying, and let's hope it's true. The game looks promising. I don't think anybody can deny that. There's still work to do, but, it looks like the base of the game is laid there, and it looks like it's fun, it looks like it's good, and it looks like it's smooth. I can't wait to get my hands on it. Everybody says that once they've used it and played it, it just feels 10 times better than the game. If you already own DayZ, wow, I just said that weird, maybe hop back in, see how bad it feels to play the game just for a bit, and then come on back to this, or just be ready to try this and compare it to yourself before, this is your last chance to try old crappy buggy DayZ standalone. So, I don't know. I'm just saying, it looks like it's going to be a bunch of fun, and I hope to see a lot of you guys in the world of Chernars. Make sure if you're not subscribed to go ahead and subscribe to me, Jake. Welcome to the Fly crew, and I hope to let you guys know that I'm excited to start making content on this game once again once it releases into beta or even just experimental. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to drop a like if you liked the video, and drop a dislike if you disliked the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I hope to see all of you in my next video.